Hey, good morning, good morning. Dave here with Affordable Door and Gate. Wanted to reach out to you guys and talk to you about a situation I'm going to run into today. Well, let me step back. I've already kind of ran into the situation. But here's the scenario. I like making these videos because I always kind of feel like we can learn together. So, I'm not upset, not mad, not disappointed, not happy either. Just kind of biased. But, so we installed one of the Genie commercial openers, which I'll show a little bit later in this video. But what's going on is my technician went up there early this week, about Monday. Today's Friday. He installed the Genie opener, and you'll see in the video, I'll show you that basically they ran an extension cord on this really long of the building. You know, it was just a super long run, too long. So the nice part is that the Genie opener said that it was having a kind of like a brownout situation or not enough voltage. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is he couldn't run it off that extension cord. So what he ended up doing is he ended up running it off a generator. So when he ran it off a generator, he got it to work, but you know, it's only powered up for probably 20-30 minutes or so. So now I get a call from the general yesterday that's on the job site, and he tells me that he can't get the door to work. And I said, what do you mean? You know, and it threw me off. It was my fault, because at first he tells me, he goes, well, isn't there supposed to be 2 green lights? Well, a lot of times we deal with LiftMaster. So I'm like, yeah, there's supposed to be 2 green lights. And he goes, well, one's red. And it just threw me off when he said that he said it's red. And I kept thinking, I've never seen a LiftMaster photo eye go red. Like, is this called code red? What's going on here? So anyways, I ended up, I said, no, it doesn't sound right. You know, these are good guys, good contractors. And I said, you know what, I'll be up there. So luckily I called my other technician, and he was up in that area. And I said, hey, can you swing by there and take a look? He said, not a problem. You know, so he ended up going up there looking at it. So he tells me, he says, basically he plugged it in, had the same scenario. Now this is totally my fault. I've totally forgot that we had that low voltage issue. So I tell him, I said, okay. You know, and he says, so I you know, got it running with like the generator or something there. Okay, good to go. So we came back, we kind of consulted that night with, you know, I got 2 different technicians that went up there now. Then I get a phone call while they're there, and they're telling me, the guy calls me and says, hey man, he goes, I threw the cables off the door, and he goes, but I don't know what to, you know, what to do here. He says, because right now, up makes it go down and down makes it go up. And I said, whoa. I said, don't touch it. I said, just run it in manual. I said, I'll be up there tomorrow to look at it. So that's what I get to do today. Now, you know what I always say. Callbacks cost us greenbacks. So, Big Daddy's going to go up there, and I'm going to take a look at it, and I'm going to see what I can do to resolve the situation. Now, I know I'm not going to be able to have power there constantly. I don't know if I can leave it powered up longer. So I'm a little bit nervous of what I'm going to do to resolve this, but it's going to be a learning experience, and we can do it together. So anyways, I'm going to get my butt in one of these vans. Well, actually, I think I'm taking a different van, but I'm going to head on up there. We'll see what we can do. Well, here we are. This is our model. This is our unit. I guess my technician failed to tell me that we didn't put a spreader bar on there, which, if you would have notified me, we would have brought something up to him. See a few issues with this door, and we're going to get into the settings of this. So let me get started. So this is why I absolutely hate, I'm going to tell you again, I hate not direct couple. Hate it. Because look at, My guy's telling me he didn't have a spreader bar. Kind of cheaped out. Should have made a phone call, said, hey, I need a spreader bar. I would have got him one. So now we're back here with no spreader bar. And the chain is sloppy. It's in its down mode right now. Oy, oy, oy. This thing's just bouncing all over the place. Hopefully it keeps its down limit. Oh, she went hard down. Look at that shaft. That son of a gun is bent like a limpy wimpy. Dang. Obviously there must be a bracket that needs to go on this, because this is not cool. Stop. Oh, the joys. That's fine. It's scaring me again on the down. I don't know. It's just gonna have to live for right now. I gotta come back. I gotta go get materials. I'll have to go get materials. I'll have to spend about a day here. Alrighty. One thing I just realized too, I keep setting the down limit and calibration, direction, set close. I want down limit. But I'm finding out that when you set your down limit, I think it's going to be like the Genie, or I'm sorry, the LiftMaster residential openers, where you got to keep them like an inch off the ground, because this is going past an inch or so. So try to make this not hit the ground all the way. It's really putting a lot of pressure on it right now, and just in case for some reason I cannot make it back, run mode. I do not want this thing to fail, because it needs some work. That's not too bad. It's a little bit better, but look at that. Look at that. That's not cool, man. It's not cool at all. Let's try it again. Go to calibration. I want my down limit set. Let's go to set. I just do it in clear. I don't know if that's right or not. Okay. Leave it like, I'm gonna leave it like a big old gap down there. Go to set. Run. And let's go down. Ooh, almost made it. Stop. Close. I didn't get it all the way closed. I guess it's better than nothing. Just have to live with it. I was like, I get a bracket though. I don't know what he did with the bracket. But the customer is not gonna like that. So, since I see some problems with this situation out here, this job, these two doors, which aren't that really big a deal, I'm gonna do probably what nobody else does, which is, I know, it's pretty complicated. It's pen and paper. I know, brings you back to the school days, doesn't it? I'm gonna make a list of everything I need for this, so I can go run and grab it. Come back, hopefully make everything perfect. I hope. Okay guys, so this is the real world, man, I'm telling you. And this is why it really irks me sometimes that if we don't take care of the job when we're there, it can cost you so much. So much. I mean, right now that job up there because it wasn't done 100% correctly, and we have some glitches with Genie, and like I said, it's a whatever. It's kind of a deal. I had ABC call me. They got a door they just hit with a forklift. So now I have to divert from what I was doing to getting supplies to go take care of that job. But now you can see how things can compound, where that job already had tools out. There was already guys there working on it. And since now it didn't get 100% correctly done, I gotta go behind and fix it. So that's why it can just add up. Adds up. So I gotta switch vehicles out. I'm gonna run over to ABC because I got a guy on vacation today. And we'll go from there, see what kind of mess we're dealing with. So let's go. Well, here we are. Already got started working on it. It was all bent up track's down here. All bent up. What would I do for an end cap right now? This one's pretty mangled. I'll have to see if I can get it forged back in there. Dale's actually running to grab me some piece of 3-inch track. But see how that opener is done? Ladies and gentlemen, that is called the Mac Daddy right there. That's the way you need to do it. Direct couple. I'm gonna get some information off that thing. You know, it just seems like, when they're direct couple like that, they run so much smoother. No chain, no spreader bar. Make sure this puppy's gonna stop. Above the header, above the header. All right, down here we go. Look how much smoother that runs. There's no chain jumping around, no spreader bar. That's just the way to do it. I guess it's kind of fortunate. Worked on a Genie this morning, and I get to work on a Genie this afternoon. You ready to stop it? Perfect. It's actually working pretty good. Pretty good. I think it's time to call it a day. Wrap her up. Well, there we have it, guys and girls. How to piece in a piece of track that gets hit by a forklift. Put a piece of angle on there, put some carriage bolts, piece it in. Keep yourself a chunk of track around. This is 3-inch. And voila. Fixed. Took a little bit of time. I think it took about 3 hours to do all this. Yowzers, right?